Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, but you're looking at the market, you are seeing once again a lot of green across the board. If you have been following my channel over the past 2 to 3 weeks and have been watching on a day-to-day basis, you guys know exactly what I have been mentioning. A lot of things that I was predicting actually did come true, especially for the price of BTC. But I did indicate that if you're on the sidelines and you have done your due diligence and research and having some money that is on the sideline that you are willing to invest, that is the time when we were seeing so much bloodbath across the board. And if you're still looking at it on the monthly time frame, still a lot of coins are down, still double digits. But what a lovely day. You are seeing a lot of coins rebounding, some up double digits. Welcome to the bull market, guys. Welcome to the crypto space. Even in a bull market, you will see substantial drops. If you take advantage, which I know a lot of people took advantage of, there's a famous saying, be greedy while others are fearful, be fearful while others are greedy. The ones that were accumulating in the last 24 to 48 hours are up double digits already for a lot of coins. So let's take a look at what's happening with our friend Pepe, up 10.2%. With the price currently sitting at 91.11, so it's going back up to the 4 zeros. Still, we have 5 zeros in front of the price, but I would not be surprised if Pepe is able to reclaim back above that quite fast. Because let's face it, the overall market has seen an extensive drop. A lot of manipulation happening, of course. But this bounce that we're seeing for the overall market is not coming as a surprise, because we did needed a little bit of an uptick, because the price of Bitcoin was falling quite sharply. But again, not a surprise to me. If you're looking at Pepe, it's up 10.2% in USD comparative. It's also up 7% in Bitcoin and Ethereum comparative. Market cap is back above $4 billion, to be exact, 4.12 billion. And the 24-hour trading volume is currently sitting at about $700 million. But before we go into it any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So looking at the holder count, guys, this is a pure thing of beauty, because you guys can see the holder count continuously is increasing despite major pullbacks. Going back to what I said earlier, a lot of people are still accumulating coins, especially the OGs. Now, if you're speaking about people that actually have been in the space for 2-3 years and actually have seen a bull market and a full bear market cycle, understand how this market works. And a lot of people were accumulating during this massive sell-off, and some arguing that this is the last sell-off before we do see upside towards the moon for a lot of coins, and of course for BTC. But let's take a look at Bitcoin on a closer time scale, and I'm going to share my personal thoughts with you guys on that. But if you're looking at the broader meme coin market right now, $46.8 billion, up 11% for the overall market. So an extensive rally for the meme coin market right now. So if you were accumulating, like I said, over the last 48 hours alone, you are up right now. Most likely, you can see Shiba Inu up 17.2%. It's a huge spike within its price. Dogecoin up 8%, Pepe up 10%. So you can see across the board right now, a lot of coins are rebounding from these massive pullbacks towards the downside. And you can see this for yourself. Turbo up 43.5%. So you guys get the idea. As I've said to you guys before, I'm sure people are starting to realize how meme coins work. Obviously meme coins don't bring a lot of utility, and it's based off of hype factor. So usually what happens is these coins are more riskier, without a doubt, and they do tend to fall way more sharply compared to Bitcoin and altcoins that actually are bringing in some sort of value, strong fundamentally, and bringing you some sort of utility. But when markets turn around, these same exact coins tend to move up faster, and you can see this for yourself. Turbo up 43.16%, Pepe up 10%, Shiba Inu up 17.2%. Definitely some great things happening. But let's take a closer look and see what is happening. So of course, we did see the dominance go back below 55%. Obviously, this is a huge deal, because you remember correlation. We need to understand the correlation. We need to understand how this works. So what happened with Bitcoin is Bitcoin obviously went all the way down to $53,900, but it has been able to reclaim back in the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level. Of course, we're on a weekend. On the weekends, we do tend to see more manipulation than usual, as CME futures are closed. but you are seeing BTC back in the 23.6 fib zone. So Bitcoin actually went up and dominance went down. What does this tell us? This tells us people that were putting money back into Bitcoin when there was a lot of uncertainty are taking it back out and putting it into altcoins. And if you're looking at altcoins, a lot of altcoins are outpacing Bitcoin right now. You can just clearly see it on the daily time frame. You can see Bitcoin is only up 2.6%. Meanwhile, a lot of other coins are up way more than that. So I hope that gives you guys a little bit of a better understanding. So Bitcoin is approaching $58,000, but what the most important thing is, if Bitcoin is able to actually close its daily candle in the 23.6 fib zone, still about 3 hours left for that to happen. If it's able to close its daily candle above here, I do think 60K could be a realistic push back towards the upside. And the confirmation, of course, everyone wants to know where I get the confirmation that market is looking bullish again. We need to go back above $65,000. So once we are able to reclaim above 65, that would give me a confirmation that actually, we could start having that conversation about the all-time highs once again. But until then, these are some targets that we need to keep an eye out on. But let's take a look at what's happening with Pepe. So we know, we've discussed this in our previous update. Pepe retested the 8229 support line for the first time, guys, pretty much since May of this year. So, a sharp drop nonetheless, but if you had some buy orders placed in around here, you understand support levels, you understand the significance of major support levels. You can see this for yourself. You are up right now 20% if you timed it right. And it actually did hover here for about 24 hours, I would say, around this price point. So like I said, if you got in around this range, you wanted to get Pepe at a cheaper price, well, if you got in around here, you're up 20%. 20% is a massive move, believe it or not. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And I'm sure a lot of people now realize that, profit taking is very important in this market. But what you're noticing right now is we do have extensive amount of resistance coming in the way, especially around the 1069 zone. So, once again, we could knock down another zero and enter back into this 4-0 category. But like I said, this 1062 resistance is going to come in its way. If you want to put that into perspective, that's a move of about another additional 9% towards the upside. So if we're able to crack past that, I personally think, Pepe, if it's able to get back to that resistance, we might see a little bit of a choppy resistance, and then, we break out towards the upside. But right now, what you need to see is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still, in my opinion, not out of the woods yet. Like I said, oversold. You're going to see whales come out and manipulate the markets, because around here, a lot of conversations started. Some people even started to say, we could be going back down to the $48,000 price point. And of course, as you guys know, whales will come and try to manipulate the markets. The big players that have been in the space, the OGs that actually run a huge chunk of Bitcoin supply, way more than these institutions, believe it or not, could be, trying to manipulate a lot of weak hands. So what I would suggest you guys doing right now is pay very close attention to Bitcoin. Until we don't get to $64,000 to $65,000 price point, I still won't be too confident. It would still tell me that there is more downside. So let's take it very step by step. Pay very close attention to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is able to close in the 23.6, I do think we do go back to 60K and retest that resistance. But Pepe looking good right now. Obviously, like I said, first resistance you want to be looking at is 1072, and I do think this will go back up to the 1321 zone quite fast if it's able to clear these specific price levels. But do let me know down below what you guys think. If you're making some profits and you don't want your profits wiped out, have some stop losses in place. Understand the importance of stop losses. But with that being said, we'll see you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.